Come in, come in. Thank God someone finally came. I was getting so worried. We have like 3 minutes and no one's on stage, no one's dancing. And I can't convince anyone else to go out there for longer than, they're scheduled, which I understand, quite frankly. But I'm so glad that you came. Yeah, what's your name? Sorry, do you know where you are? Oh, yeah, that club's like a block away. Yeah, no, that's okay though. No, I mean, do you have any experience dancing? No? Okay. No worries. Listen, if you're interested in making money tonight, I have quite a proposition for you. Yeah, yeah, we really need someone tonight. But don't worry, I won't say it's not hard because it takes skill, but naivety is its own type of skill. You know what I mean? It's got its own kitsch. It's got its own, feeling to it. Something special. We always need new people around here, you know? Yeah, well, I could just show you around. It's no biggie if you don't want to, you know what I mean? Of course. Yeah, no worries at all. Why don't I listen? You say you have dance experience. Okay, what kind of dance? You took a couple ballet classes when you were little. It's nice. Your family must have some kind of money or something like that. Nice, good for you. Uh, that won't really be relevant to what we're doing here. I would say it's more interesting, no offense. What we do here, it's got a little more edge. But it is nonetheless quite a skill, such as ballet. But you could make that a part of what you do, definitely. Um, you know, I always say you build on the routine in ways that only you can. Because isn't that what makes us so special? Is the fact that we can only do things the way that we can do it, and no one else can, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the routine is mostly like, well, you start with a lot of garments on, and you end with a lot of garments off. You understand? Yeah. No, it's not like it's a very classy place. Um, there's a lot of dignity in what we do. And one thing I don't stand for is people getting disrespected here. So don't worry about, any creeps or weirdos or just anyone around the world, that doesn't happen here, okay? Yeah, don't worry about that. Basically, let me show you. I have some extras of things, so you can borrow some of mine if you need. I have stockings. So, I know that you just came from the beach. A lot of people do. So I don't know if you have your own stockings with you right now. I do see that you have your bathing suit on, which is great because that's already kind of showy. And it's cute, so you can keep that on actually. As long as, it's dry. And I feel like this would match well because I have the white stockings. But yeah, these are cute. They got lace here. And unfortunately, I only bought garters for myself. But I do keep on hand just a little extra, just like little fabric that you can just tie around yourself. It's not very classy, but it is, it's a performance, it's a showpiece. So there's a little bit of like suspension of disbelief. People aren't gonna get, all up in arms because you don't have like a full card on. You know what I mean? And you're just gonna take it off anyways. When it comes to the garter, you put it on, and you take it off. But of course, you don't just take it off. When we are just doing things in our home, it's sexy, but it's sexy in a candid way sexy, The whole point of the show is that and the audience knows that they can see you. And there's something really special about that. People can take it in a weird way and make it all voyeuristic and weird and, make it weird. But it's not weird. The thing that's cool about it is that I feel like there's a lot of you have a lot of sense of self in that moment. You know what I mean? you know that they're watching and they know that they're watching. So you get to perform for them and you have kind of total control over that moment. So whatever you want to do, if you want to kind of inch it down slowly, if you want to, take your time with it, you understand that. And what the great thing about it too is that you get audience feedback. So, they cheer you on and that makes you feel great. You know what I mean? And you can play with it too. You kind of roll it down a little and you can, make them wait for it. You can kind of pull it back up and then you can kind of go all the way down. You know what I mean? And then when you get it off, you can step on it with the bottom of your foot and just kind of pull, so it pulls, and then get it right off the toe. You understand? Yeah, you can put these on. Yeah, right here. Just put those on, and let me see if I can get you gloves. Okay? 1 second. Let me check. I know I have gloves over here. God, somewhere here. Okay. Well, I can't seem to find the second one, but I know it's in that pile there. So let me just show you. Just take all these rings off real quick so I can actually get the glove on. Let me just show you. So you have a glove, and gloves are fun because think about it. So often when you go out, you don't want to take off your gloves. It's a very classy kind of modest thing. So, and you don't really see people. They kind of just rip them off. You know what I mean? Same with stockings, but stockings at least it's a little bit more of a, I feel like, an innately sexual object, because if someone's going to see you taking off their stockings, it's already kind of established that you guys are, comfortable in seeing each other in sort of an intimate situation. But a glove, you just kind of rip them off. It's not really a big deal. But a glove, you can just, it's kind of a special thing. You know what I mean? So, okay, you're going to have 2 gloves on. Right now I'm just doing one for your demonstration. So, in order to make it easier for this to peel off, this is all very tight right now. If I were to peel it off, that's not sexy. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull on each of the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can really just pull and make sure that there's a lot of room there. And this isn't a secret. The audience watches everything that you do. And it's okay. The audience understands. There isn't a barrier between the audience and us. It's not it's not like a theatrical performance. It is a theatrical performance. It's not, it's not a play. It's not scripted. There's not really a wall between you and the audience. They understand that you see them and that they see you. You don't have to pretend like they're not there. You are working with them. So you don't need to hide your secrets from them because they already know everything that you're doing and what you're going to do. There's no secret that this glove is going to come off. So, 1, 2, and you can just show them that you're thinking about taking it off. And then, since it's a long glove, it's kind of hard to take off, so you can just you can kind of pull it down a little. Get them excited for it. They know what's coming, but you need to, you need to get them excited for it. So there's a couple things. Now that your glove is loose enough to take off, you can now do many things with it. You can always pull. Pull is fine. You can, if you want, I think this glove might be a little bit too tight to try and go inside out. But a pull is fine. A pull is classic. You can make that really, really like long and elongated. And if you do it, let me show you. If you do it over either this way or you can do it over this part so it kind of has some friction to go against. If we just do basic, and that's off. Boom. Obviously, you're gonna make it a lot more sexy. And the other thing that's important to note, and let me show you the other thing I was gonna say. But the other thing that's important to note is that everything that, yes, we know At the beginning of the show, you will be clothed. At the end, you will be significantly less clothed. That's not a secret. But what is interesting is, first of all, they've never seen your body before, and every single body is in a whole new experience, a whole new extravaganza to be explored. So, yes, there is a big reveal, and every single piece of clothing that you take off, you need to, you need to make them understand. Here's a piece of clothing, and now it is coming off, and I'm going to emphasize that. You understand? So right now, I'm showing it. I'm showing the audience that I have a glove on. And now I'm going to take the glove off. And I'm making them think about how I'm going to take this glove off. And they want me to take the glove off because they know that it's coming. And I'll say it was here. And I'm going to pull it down here. And I look around. And I'm like, they know that I'm going to pull the glove off. But they don't know how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to pull it off. And then I'm going to say no. I heard and the glove is off that way. You can kind of tease them with that. They have expectations, but you can always subvert them. And you can always, again, when you pull it, now that you have a glove, there's also a lot of other things you could do with the glove, because now it's just a piece of fabric that you can move around and do whatever you want with. Now it can be a whip, it can be in your mouth, you could go back and forth, and you can do all sorts of things with a glove. So if you want to, if you pull it off and you want to show off the fact that this glove is now gone, and then you throw it to the side, and then again, after we showed that we are clothed, and now we have revealed something, and we got to emphasize that. So we're going to go. And we show them that. Isn't that exciting? Yes. You understand. My ring's back on. See, now you're getting excited about it. I told you, it's nothing to be nervous about. And of course, it is helpful to have time to, think about things and be like, oh, we're gonna do, it's nice to stage a routine, because then you can really have fun with it and do some really crazy gimmicks. That's the fun of staging a routine, because then you get to really play with it. But it's no biggie that we don't have a lot of time right now, because it's still fun to just kind of take everything off. You understand? So the other thing is, we really should be having you do we should be having you where we usually have little covers, obviously, because if you get fully naked and a cop comes in, that could be an issue. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but legally it doesn't happen. Anyways, but I don't, unfortunately. Let me see. I'm just trying to check the book and see if we have any. I keep it in the back. I think I do have some in the back. Okay, so we'll put those on in a second. But yeah, basically it's just we have adhesive that we use to stick it on. It'll come off. Don't worry, it won't rip anything off. But yeah, so you put that on, put gloves on, put stockings on, put garter on, and just every time you take something off, just make a show of it. You can take a piece of clothing off for way more time than you think you can. You might be worried. You're like, oh no, the band's only gonna play for a couple of minutes, and you might think oh, I'm gonna take everything off, and what am I gonna do for 2 minutes? You're gonna be rushing to take all this stuff off at the end of it, because you're gonna realize, oh my god, I got 30 seconds left, and I still have my stockings on. You know what I mean? You're gonna have so much fun with this glove, you're gonna forget you have to take everything else off. And it for the record, obviously, there are people who are going to get very naked tonight. But if you don't feel comfortable taking off anything, well, if you don't feel comfortable taking off certain things, I would recommend not going on the stage. And I can just perform again and it'll be fine. But, if you're thinking, I don't want to take off yet, maybe someone will get excited and they'll take the underwear off. You don't need to do that at all. You don't need to go out there, and do a bunch of crazy stuff. Some people are comfortable with that, and some people aren't. And if you're not, that's totally fine. Anyways, what else? I'm trying to think. Yeah. Are you from around here? No? Yeah, I feel like so much. I mean, recently, the train line was finished down here. So now we're getting people. I mean, it's always been kind of a tourism destination, but now all of a sudden, everyone from inside the city is coming all the way down. Yeah, it's just it's very fun, but it's also it's quite a bit. We get all sorts of people kind of lost, if I'm being honest. But hey, if they're having a good time, I'm having a good time. You understand? Yeah. So I have that. I have gloves. I would give you a scarf or like a bow up, but I feel like I don't want to overcomplicate things for you. I don't want you to have to deal with a scarf and then I feel like if you have two gloves on, two stockings on, and then you have your bathing suit on, you'll have enough to take off in 3 minutes. Yeah. I will say, I do think you need to put a little bit more makeup on. Just because, not that you don't look gorgeous, you do, but you're going on a stage, you're gonna have a light on you, and so you automatically get washed out. You understand? Let me show you. Let me just, I'll put some on myself before I put some on you. Let me just put some right here. And I'll put some right here. And then, in order to do the bee stung effect, I'm just gonna put some on my thumb, okay? This will give a perfect little shape. 1 and 2. I don't want on my nail. I promise it's clean under there. But anyways, so now you have a perfect little cupid's bow. I'll give the excess to myself. And you know what else we'll do with the excess? We are going to put it on your cheeks. Put it on your cheeks and make you nice and rosy like me. Alright, perfect. And now I'm just gonna really smoke out your eye, okay? We should just really go over and under. Just go all the way around to really make your eyes pop all the way from the back, okay? And actually, because you just went swimming and your eyebrows are a little bit thin now, because the coal wash is off. Let me just get you to the top of your eyebrow, and then the top, over, and then up, and then down, and then all around. Alright, perfect. Okay. I think. Let me just. Sorry about that. People can't help but be loud in this city. Anyways, let me just look at you. I think it's perfect. I think you're gonna do amazing tonight. I think you shouldn't be nervous. Just, I'll let you go, sit for a second, work on whatever you think you're gonna do. Don't worry about it. First of all, it's not a super busy night. The stakes are low. Don't worry about it. And if you're good, maybe you can come back another night. And, if you're ever uncomfortable with anything, just let me know. Because I'll go out if you just are really scared or you don't want to do it or whatever. But, don't try and, don't think about this as like some sort of bad thing. It's a lot of shame, a lot of stigma, whatever. It doesn't really matter. There's a group of people. First of all, you'll never see any of these people ever again. And second of all, you never see any people ever again. Second of all, this isn't some sort of like you're, selling out for money or whatever. You're doing what you want to do. You understand? And it's fun. It really is fun. So I hope you enjoy yourself. If you have any other questions, okay, feel free to let me know. Alright. Yeah. Just let me know, okay? You can go in the corner and just work on your thing.